In the annals of biblical history, few figures are as compelling and tragic as Samson, a man of unparalleled strength, chosen by God to deliver Israel from the Philistines. Yet his downfall was not due to a lack of physical power, but rather a series of spiritual failures. Contrary to popular belief, Samson's strength did not come from his hair. It came from his obedience to the 3 conditions of his Nazirite vow. Today, we explore the 3 sins that led to the fall of Samson: eating unholy food, marrying foreign women, and cutting his hair. Through his story, we see both the consequences of disobedience and the enduring mercy of God. Eating unholy food, the honey from the carcass. Samson's first sin was eating unholy food. In Judges 14, Samson encountered a lion on his way to Timnah. Empowered by the Spirit of the Lord, he killed the lion with his bare hands. Later, he returned to find bees had made honey in the carcass. Despite the Nazirite vow forbidding contact with dead bodies, Samson took the honey and ate it. He even gave some to his parents without telling them its source. Here, Samson violated his sacred vow by touching the unclean carcass. Yet, even in this act of disobedience, God showed him mercy. The honey became a symbol of God's provision, and Samson's strength remained intact. But this was a warning, a reminder that God's blessings are not a license to ignore his commands. Marrying foreign women, a forbidden union. Samson's second sin was his attraction to foreign women, specifically the Philistines. In Judges 14, Samson insisted on marrying a Philistine woman. Despite his parents' objections and God's clear command in Joshua 23:12-13 to avoid intermarrying with foreign nations, as it would lead Israel astray. Samson's choice to marry a Philistine woman was not just a personal failure, it was a spiritual compromise. Yet, even in this, God showed mercy. During the wedding feast, Samson used his God-given strength to defeat 30 Philistine men, demonstrating that God's purpose could still be fulfilled despite Samson's flawed decisions. But the seeds of destruction were being sown. Cutting his hair, the final act of disobedience, Samson's third and most devastating sin was cutting his hair. In Judges 16, Samson revealed the secret of his strength to Delilah, a Philistine woman who betrayed him. His hair, a symbol of his Nazirite vow, was shorn while he slept. This act was not just about losing his hair, it was about breaking the final condition of his vow, the ultimate act of disobedience. Contrary to popular belief, Samson's strength did not come from his hair. It came from his obedience to the 3 conditions of his Nazirite vow: no contact with dead bodies, no consumption of strong drink, and no cutting of his hair. When he broke the 3rd condition, the Spirit of the Lord departed from him. Samson's strength was gone, and he was captured by the Philistines. God's mercy and Samson's redemption. Even in his darkest hour, God showed Samson mercy. While imprisoned and blinded, Samson's hair began to grow again, a sign of his renewed commitment to God. In his final act, Samson prayed for strength one last time. God answered, and Samson brought down the temple of Dagon, killing more Philistines in his death than in his life. Samson's story is a powerful reminder that God's mercy endures even when we fail. But it also warns us that disobedience has consequences. Samson's strength was never in his hair, it was in his obedience to God's commands. When he broke those commands, he lost everything. Yet, in his repentance, he found redemption. Let Samson